Hey, Shocker, where are you going?
I'm just going for a stroll. Shooting mutants, collecting artifacts.
Stroll somewhere else unless you want to lose your mind. I'll catch a bullet from somebody who already has. Everyone stay put. You're entering Ward territory, Stalker. You have no business being here, you hear me? Turn around and get lost.
Easy now. Why are you so nervous?
The swamps can make anyone nervous. Can't you feel it? This place ain't right, I tell you. Now move along. The boys are already on edge.
I'm looking for someone. He's in there.
There definitely aren't any stalkers here, I'll tell you that much. If it were up to me, I wouldn't be here either. So get lost.
I've got a permit from Colonel Korshunov.
Are we hiring stalkers now, too? Whatever. As long as you can help. Come on in. The commander's in the main building. We've got an infirmary there now.
I'm busy. I can't deal with you right now.
Ask my senior officer.
You've got a decent shelf life. You can wait.
I would not recommend doubling the dosage. These medications have a cumulative...
Captain, do it.
This is not the wisest course of action.
Expecting any help from you wasn't the wisest course of action. You've been here for 2 weeks, and my men are only getting worse.
Same shit, different
Sometimes we have to let the patient get a little worse in order to figure out what's wrong with him. I have the situation firmly in hand.
That's what worries me. Circa promised me the best expert in the field. Where is he? Who's going to tell me what happened to my men?
I am. But it'll take time. Have some patience, Captain. Your doctor has all the medications we need, and my devices are monitoring the situation. You will be the first to know.
Unless I lose my marbles myself first. That's it. I'm done waiting. You're dismissed, Doc. Stalker? How did you get in here?
One of your men is a rat.
One of my men? Bullshit.
I intercepted a message about a plot to sabotage Icarus. It was sent over an old frequency, a monolithian one. Just like the PDA the traitor used to communicate.
If it's old, we can trace it. I bet it's Krivenko. He puts his shitty gadgets all over the place, thinking we'd never put 2 and 2 together. All right, here's the plan. I'll send my soldiers for a walk around the camp, just in case. You get rid of the antennas. They'll jam any direction finder.
Who's Krivenko? Why do you suspect him?
You just saw him. That circle rat. That bozo showed up as soon as my men started hearing things, with papers signed by Dahlin himself. And I never even sent a request to Circa. He hasn't done a damn thing in 2 weeks other than set up his locators to monitor the situation. I trust my soldiers, but not those Circa crooks.
What's the purpose of these antennas?
On paper, to monitor the level of anomalous exposure. As for what they really do, your guess is as good as mine. If not for the papers from Dahlin, I'd toss Krivenko into the nearest anomaly myself. Then he can measure the exposure on his own ass till the cows come home.
I want to talk to Krivenko first.
Go ahead, and don't forget to talk to our quartermaster afterwards. He could spin a whole platoon's worth of briefs out of the wool Krivenko's gonna pull over your eyes.
A stalker at Icarus. These are desperate times indeed. How are you feeling? Any headaches? Dizziness, perhaps? I wish I had the proper equipment to read your Psi signature. Given the circumstances, it never hurts to have a control sample.
Psi signature? What's that?
How can I explain it in a way even a stalker could understand? Let's say it's like your brain's fingerprint. It's not quite a scientific explanation, but it gets the point across.
So what exactly is going on here anyway?
Psi exposure of unidentified origin and power, and unidentified consequences. Unidentified for now, but I'm working on it.
The captain isn't happy about your antennas. He even asked me to destroy them.
How barbaric. But I can see where the captain is coming from. He wants to look out for his men, even if it costs him his career. I've got to hand it to him. However, his sacrifice will be for North if we don't discover what's going on here, and who is responsible for it.
That's what I need you for. I've been informed about a traitor at Icarus. Can you track him down?
In theory. I need to get up-to-date readings from the scanning antennas before he does anything drastic. Let's collect the evidence before he destroys it.
How would your data help us figure out what's going on?
Don't get me wrong. I could explain everything, of course, but why bother? If you wanted to listen to my lectures, you'd be a scientist, not a stalker. Just bring the data to me, and I'll do what I was sent here to do.
If you ask me, Stankevich's methods inspire more confidence.
Is that so? Well, give my regards to the captain. And don't forget to warn him. If anything happens to my equipment, he can say goodbye to his career in the ward. I'll make sure of it. Trying to get on the captain's good side, are you? I thought you were smarter than that.
I'm so tired.
I wish... How c- it...
I've been informed that there's a traitor in the ward. He probably has monolith connections. Can you help me find him?
Monolith? Impossible. I would have noticed for sure. But if you insist, let's run another check. I'll need up-to-date readings from the scanning antennas in order to find your traitor. Unless, of course, you are just imagining him. That's the order of the day around here.
How would your data help us figure out what's going on?
Don't get me wrong. I could explain... Just bring the data...
If you ask me, Stankevich's methods, inspire more confidence.
Is that so? Well, give my regards to the captain. And don't forget to warn him. If anything happens to my equipment. Trying to... I would not recommend doubling the dosage. These medications have a cumulative...
Captain?
Do it.
This is not the wisest course of action.
Expecting any help from you wasn't the wisest course of action. You've been here for 2 weeks, and my men are only getting worse.
Sometimes we have to let the patient get a little worse in order to figure out what's wrong with him. I have the situation firmly in hand.
That's what worries me. Circa promised me the best expert in the field. Where is he? Who's going to tell me what happened to my men?
I am. But it'll take time. Have some patience, Captain. Your doctor has all the medications we need, and my devices are monitoring the situation. You will be the first to know.
Unless I lose my marbles myself first. That's it. I'm done waiting. You're dismissed, Doc. Stop?
One of your men?
One of my men?
I intercepted a met.
All right.
Who's...
You just... That... He hasn't done...
What's... All right. We have a deal.
Make it quick. Who knows what the hell these antennas are supposed to do?
I wish I had the proper equipment. How c-
So... I've...
But...
How... Deal. I'll get your data.
It's a pleasure working with you, Stalker. Here's a recording device. Tell me if you start feeling unwell. Remember, I'm here to help. Please hurry up and take the readings from my antennas before Captain Senkevich does. Without that Psi signature data, there is no way for me to... How? It's...
Will...
I'd rather die in combat than get ripped apart by you.
A stalker is not your friend, but being polite and attentive is the best strategy when communicating with
Please hurry up and take the read without that C signature.
We'll...
all artifacts that come into your possession for any reason must be promptly delivered to an on-duty STALKER employee. There are no exceptions. Remember that a sleep-deprived soldier can pose a danger to everyone. Thus, the mandatory sleep requirements will remain unchanged. However, in light of current events, we are allowing schedules that include brief breaks. Please consider when scheduling duty and patrol.
Turn back. This is a restricted facility. Nobody's allowed in. That's an order.
Reports of anomalous sea activity should be promptly documented and submitted to Dr. Krivenko. You can find the form and the sample report in the medical log.
Well, is there something you need? But what do I... Woo!
Ward soldier, remember that it's extremely dangerous to explore anomalies on your own.
Well, well, looks like Krivenko's got himself a new assistant. Those slackers from the Institute sure like to ride other people's coattails.
Extremely dangerous to explore anomalies on your own.
Permission to raise spirits?
Hilarious. Funny as an extra shift.
All artifacts that come into your possession for any reason must be promptly delivered to an on-duty STALKER employee. There are no exceptions.
Hey, this spot's mine. It's easier to breathe here. Just don't tell anybody, okay? The air down below is kinda stuffy and dank. Because of the swamps, I guess. Nobody's noticed I'm on my 7th watch in a row up here. Keep a low profile, okay?
Well-being are our top priority. Therefore, any health issues requires a visit to a medical professional.
I'm not telling anyone. And you don't tell anyone about this spot either.
While in the zone, may result
The air down below is kinda stuffy and dank. Because of the swamps, I guess. Nobody's noticed I'm on my 7th watch in a row up here. Keep a low profile, okay?
your life and
I got all 3 reports. Laugh if you want, Stalker, but it seems like you were right. Icarus may indeed be exposed to the influence from outside.
Have you found the traitor?
Not exactly, but I did find an interesting disturbance in the Psi field, here in the camp. So much for the much-vaunted ward. I remember Senkevich puffing out his chest when he said his most trusted man, Shteref, had checked everything and that the threat was clearly coming from outside the camp. Follow these coordinates. I'll have security let you in. If the thing beneath Icarus is what I think it is, I want you to leave it alone, but make sure you get a reading from it.
So, you're in cahoots with science, Stalker? Krivenko's gonna eat you for breakfast. I guess you had it coming.
How did it go?
Not bad. I found a strange device.
Just as I thought. That, my friend, is a Psi beacon. Old monolith technology, with a few recent modifications.
So it was altered? How?
Based on what I can see right off the bat, the power has been reduced, but the frequency range has been significantly expanded. And whoever made the modifications knew exactly what they were doing. I'll have to make some adjustments to my preliminary calculations. Was there anything else, Stalker?
A Psi beacon? What's that?
To put it simply, it's a device that emits Psi waves in a specific spectrum. Regular exposure can even turn a man into a zombie. This particular unit works a bit differently, but the principle is the same.
How did the Psi beacon end up there?
How does anything end up anywhere? Someone put it there. If the signatures I have read with your assistance are to be believed, this one was put there by Lieutenant Shteref. The same Shteref who was supposed to check the underground area on Senkiewicz's orders. Korshunov's gonna have a long talk with the captain, I'm sure.
Get to the point.
It's pretty simple. Lieutenant Shteref's Psi signature is nearly identical to those we have taken from the former Monolithians. Can you believe it?
From the ward to monolith? How is that possible?
Not Monolith itself, of course. The Monolith is long gone, but someone clearly has Shteref under their control. If the Lieutenant is taken alive, I'll find out who it is. There are ways, you know.
Do you know where the lieutenant is?
I can take a guess. My colleagues at Echo Station are doing similar research, and they picked up an interesting signature recently. I didn't think much of it before. There are lots of people roaming the swamps after all. But now I know who it is. It's a good thing Circa expeditions are always accompanied by a security detail. I believe Shteref will be detained soon. Still, you'd better hurry up. What's up? Good luck.
Let's set the record straight. I'm not thrilled to have you here. This isn't the version of Icarus a stalker should ever see. However, since the Colonel trusts you, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and assume you've got brain. We only have one rule here, and it's as clear as it gets. Orders. Icarus, however, those... Oh. Dismissed.